Yeah. Yeah, just what you do is you just share my post. You just share the video on my page and your page. Okay. No, you good. This ring live on my Facebook page. I just went live, so I'm getting ready to put like the description in. You can just share the video. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing on this beautiful Wednesday evening, the day after election? And we are still waiting patiently. That's what we're doing. We are waiting patiently on all of this stuff to be over. It's pretty ironic how, I have candid humor, how the election came down to the WAP of Wisconsin, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. Who would have thought that the election would come down to that? And so I'm wearing my Grand Canyon hat tonight because I need Arizona to pull on through here and give us some hope. Okay. So that's my spiel. Hope you've all voted yesterday or you mailed in your ballot like I did, or you did early voting. As you know, we're in a state of emergency. And I'm not talking about the kind you put in your 20-ounce bottle of water. We need some things to change around here. But that's neither here nor there. This is this week's edition of Dialogues with Doc. I am Dr. Calvin Green, and this is my brainchild of having a very candid and thoughtful dialogue each and every week about a host of different topics. So if this is your first time watching, thank you for joining. If you are a repeat watcher, I really, really, really appreciate you. You have no idea how when I came up with this idea, I didn't know how this was going to go. It could go real right or it can go real wrong. It's been going pretty good these last few weeks. So I'm very appreciative of those who support every week, of those who watch. If you're watching the video right now, I'm watching the live right now, go ahead and tell me where you are watching from. If you're watching right now, shout out where you're watching from. I want to make sure I say hello. Hey, Ray, hey, Pookie, hey, Nessa and Nisi, and all of them people that are probably watching or that are going to be watching when you share this video. Also, don't forget to like the page Dialogues with Doc on Facebook. And I am also at Dialogues with Doc on Instagram as well. So I'm very excited about tonight's topic, very excited about tonight's guest, very excited about just a lot of things, because this is a really good topic on tonight, and I'm just excited. I have some amazing guests on the show with me on tonight. Once again, if you are watching, please let me shout out where you are watching from. Put in the chat our quick check-in. Where are you watching from? Go ahead and let me know if you're watching, where you're watching from. I'm looking for your comments so I can share out as I allow my guests to get on and get settled. This is kind of like our quick house check-in, house rules. Please make sure you like the page, like the video, share it. Hopefully and prayerfully someone will share some great information on tonight. I see you, Jabril. I see you, man. There you go. How can we type a comment? I got you. You're good. I see you. I haven't seen Jabril in years, man. What's going on? Okay, let me stay in my vein. I'm hosting tonight. So tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is pretty interesting. We are going through a lot right now. And we are just trying to decide how we move forward. A lot of monumental things have happened this year in our country, in our lives. And for some of us, one of the monumental things was turning 40. Turning 40 in the midst of not a local, but a global pandemic. So tonight's topic is pretty simple and it's going to be fun. I know my guests are amazing. They are going to bring it. So I'm so excited to have some different perspectives on this thing. So like the ticker at the bottom says, thank you for joining us. We're streaming on both live and on Facebook and on YouTube. Tonight's topic is typically it's simple. I'm 40. Now what? I can come up with a catchy phrase for the thing. I know I'm 40 and now what? I'm trying to decide what the now what is. So I needed to bring on some people to help me talk about this thing as we all navigate this thing called 40. Julius Jabril says, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to get at you later. He's all ears, though. I love Jabril. I haven't seen him in years, so it's good to see him chiming in on tonight. So, guys, listen. Tonight's topic, let me keep my serious face on. I'm 40. Now what? Are you guys okay hearing me out there? Let me do my sound check before I get started and bring my guests on. I had some challenges last week, but we're good this week. You guys haven't thrown the tomatoes or anything at me, so I think I'm good to go. So before I bring on my guests, I have to set the stage for them. It's just what we do. Tonight I have some amazing people coming on to join me in this topic. So of course you can't bring them on Dialogues with Doc without bringing them on the right and the proper way. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Shalisa Medlock and Mr. Julius McFly. Let's give it up for them. And I got to give my people their stuff. All right. Let me get my people going. What's going on, good people?
Hey, what's good?
How are you guys doing? I'm so thankful to have you both on this panel with me on tonight. How's everybody feeling and everybody doing?
I'm good. But you use the word monumental like we old as dirt or something.
Nah. Well, you know, to some people, 40 is old, but to us, it's like we striving and thriving right now. We in that thing. So I'm
just keep living. Just keep living.
So I knew I was bringing y'all on tonight. So I had to prepare myself because I knew that I'm bringing two personalities on here that match mine, and it's gonna be right. And we talking about being 40. So I'm gonna say thank you in advance to my people.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. What are you drinking? Apple juice?
You know that ain't apple juice.
Now wait a minute. I'm 40. Now what?
Okay.
Nah, that's ginger ale. We got some big sour right next to it.
Also.
What you got, Jay?
Sangria.
Okay, sangria. Okay. I'm gonna come back to that. Shalisa, what you got?
Oh, it's a little Dr. Pepper and a little Crown in it.
Okay, hey, that's how we do it. Le Crown. It's a little bit of.
I'm doing distance learning and working, so I deserve it.
Gotcha. So you got a little tank, just like over the little taint of Crown, just a little tank.
Just a little taint.
Yeah. So listen, I have two amazing dynamic guests on tonight. I'm gonna start this thing off just telling us a little bit about who you are and what you do, and then we're gonna get into the meat of tonight's topic. So Shalisa, I'm gonna start with you.
Ooh. I'm pretty much like
Jabril. Hold on, I'm not starting with Jabril tonight. Yes, it's in a mug. It's in a mug, Jabril. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm a mother of two. I work in the medical field. I have a podcast called The Shalisa Experience. You've been on there before, so you kind of know how we do. But pretty much overall, just dealing with the pandemic and I turned 40 in January, so I was fortunate, so I had a pretty good time for my 40th. And I think I'm not going to, I hate to say this, but I think the pandemic is personally what I needed because it just allowed me to just sit down and focus on a lot of things. So I'm pretty happy about that right now.
Gosh, oh, you bougie, Jay. Jay, tell us about you, man. Tell us where you from.
Okay, what's up, everybody? My name is Julius McFly. I'm from Newark, New Jersey. I work in public health. I'm an HIV linkage to care coordinator. It's my job to make sure that patients of the clinic stay into care, and if they need resources like housing, insurance, medication, I am that guy to help our patients. That wasn't always my line of work. I went to school for television, radio, broadcasting. I kind of fell into this field and definitely developed a love for public health. I'm also a social media personality. I am on a web series called Gay Code. It is basically a spin on the MTV show Guy Code and Girl Code, And we have some of the biggest personalities in the LGBTQIA community, and we take on different topics. We have a new season launching next week. The debut episode is going to cover Freak Twitter.
Okay.
Explain to me what Freak Twitter is before we
Shalisa, just to get your cup.
Yeah.
So free Twitter is all of the porn stuff that you would see on Twitter. It's not like your tweets from Donald Trump or from, Susie Homemaker. You're going to see porn. You're going to see titties and ass and cock and stuff like that.
So only it's like an OnlyFans for Twitter.
Kind of. So it's kind of like advertisement for OnlyFans. So all of the people who have an OnlyFans, they're giving you like a 2-minute, 59-second preview of what goes on, why you should.
Look at her face. Look at her face. So I'm gonna come back to. I'm coming back to that topic.
We're on the phone.
It's on my list. So thank y'all both for joining me. Like tonight is like dope, super dope, because I love like both of y'all, and it's crazy because y'all crazy matches my crazy, and so it's all good. So we've all gone through this conversion to the other side. We're all now 40. But I want to pose my first question to you both. What was your biggest misconception about turning 40? And what did turning 40 mean to you? So we all know people have different misconceptions about it, but you personally, what was your personal, or did you have a misconception about turning 40? And then what did turning 40 mean? And either one you can jump in, doesn't matter. I mean, he said ladies first.
20-year-old me was probably thinking like, I mean, life is pretty much over. Like if you ain't done nothing by 40, then I mean, it ain't gonna get done. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty much, I saw it as stupidly, saw it as like an ending or something, because there's so many different stereotypes that come with turning 40 or 50, things like that. But when I did turn 40, like everything that happened, and that's what I tell, even when I tell my oldest daughter, she just turned 21, I just tell her, your 20s are for you. Make your good decisions, make your bad decisions, live your life. Don't get into committed relationships and things like that. Just live your 20s. So when I look back now at 40, over my 20s and 30s, like I don't regret anything that I did. Like I really, truly lived my life, and I got a whole lot more to go.
Yeah, you're right. Life. Old folks say life begins at 40. I'm learning that myself each and every day. Jay, jump in there for me. What was your biggest misconception about turning 40?
Okay, I wasn't afraid to turn 40. Like when I was 31, 35, I wasn't like, oh my God, I'm about to be 40. I'm about to be 40. It wasn't until I got here, I was just like, damn, I'm 40. But being 40 to me doesn't feel like I'm old, because the young people say when they find out that I'm 40, they're like, oh my God, you're 40? I'm like, yeah, 40 is not 60. I'm not supposed to be wrinkled with, a gray afro. Like, yes, I'm 40. I take care of myself. I work out. But at the same time, I got here and I'm just kind of like, okay, I'm 40. I'm single. I don't have any kids. I'm not where I want to be career-wise, but I'm alive. I'm happy. I'm healthy. And all I can do is move forward and be the best me.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. I agree with what you both are saying. Like, 40 provided like this oyster. They always say there's like a pearl inside of an oyster, but you have to open the oyster up for you to realize there's actually a pearl in there. So 40 was like that oyster. Like for me personally, my misconception was tied to what it meant to me. My misconception was, I feel like I'm getting older, but what it meant to me was we're in an age bracket where nowadays some people don't even see anymore. Some people don't even reach the age of 40. So to be one of the fortunate ones to make it is a blessing within itself, because we know in the cities that we live in each and every day, young kids are dying at 18, 19, 20, 21. And for us to be 40 is definitely a milestone for each and every one of us. So for me, it just meant keep pushing, keep trucking. Like life truly is beginning now. Everything that I put on pause or put on hold, hey, reactivate that thing and make it happen and make it pop was what I actually got out of turning 40. So of course I have to ask the typical question. Why do you think people panic when they realize they're about to turn 40? And did you panic? So why do you think people panic when they oh my God, I'm 39 in 9 months and I turn 40 in 3 months, and what am I going to do? And just be honest, did you panic?
I think it goes back to people just not being where they want to be and fear of judgment. So like, remember back in the day, used to be like, oh my God, I don't want to go to my 10-year or my 20-year high school reunion without a husband or without someone cute on my side or without any type of accomplishments. Now, social media kind of gives people like a peek into your life. So they're following you as you go along. They see what you're doing, what you're not doing, and judging you from the side. I mean, I do it. We all do it. So I think that people are just kind of worried about like, still, I am not where I want to be. I don't have a house. I don't own property. I might not have this degree behind my name. Things like that.
Yeah, no, you're definitely right. Shalisa, you want to jump in?
Yeah, as a like speaking as a woman, I know a lot of women panic, you know, when they turn 40, like, oh, I don't have any kids, I don't have a husband, or I don't have this, I don't have that. Having kids is kind of, they're overrated. Like, I got 2 of them.
Can you hashtag that hashtag having kids is overrated?
Yeah, like send help, shit. No, I mean, my thing is like, I've enjoyed like having kids. I think like being a mom is like, because when I was younger, I never thought about being somebody's mom. It was just whenever I thought about the future, I just thought about me. I never thought about having a spouse or anything like that. So things don't really hit me, I guess, like they hit other people. So when I turned 40, I'm looking at like, did I do this for my kids? Or now I'm looking at, okay, I have to do this for me, you know, things like that. So it doesn't really just like, there was no countdown for me. Like, I haven't done this, I haven't done that. Like, I'm just glad I got this day over with, you know, or this day done, or I got, you know, everything. I guess a day by day thing for me at this point. But
so,
you know, because they don't have like you said, like the relationship wise or the career wise or things like that, but you still got time to do it. Like, if you ain't had kids, you can adopt. I mean, like, guys, y'all can have kids whenever, you know, like, it's just us. We can't. I will not pop out another kid like after this. Like, I got my the equipment is gone. Like, no. But like, women panic because like after 34, that biological clock is ticking or whatever. But I've seen a lot of women like 40, 43, 44, 45 still can pop out kids. So
like Kenya Moore, Janet Jackson, the girls that have more later, like
Kenya Moore, Janet Jackson, Halle Berry.
Yeah.
So because we're family, I'm on a and let me preface this family thing by saying, so Shalisa and I have known each other over 20 years. We went to high school together. Julius and Shalisa and I have known each other since 9th grade, 10th grade, high school. And Julius I've known for about maybe 5 years now, and we bonded over tweet music and Apollo Classic, some of our favorite things that we just have in common, that we and we love fashion. This is just
it's been longer than 5 years, but
it has.
Yeah.
Okay. It came. You know what? You're right. You know, I'm 40 now. Try to tell my head, not my heart. It might be over 40 years. Because we family, and I'm gonna be transparent. Because I like y'all and I really love y'all. I panicked, and I panicked because it wasn't for me where I am in life right now.
Okay.
For me, it was the age thing. I'm turning 40. I've been teaching, or I've been in education since 2005. So for me, I'm 40 now, and the first class of kids that I taught is now 33.
Yeah.
So that for me, that's why.
How old was you?
So I was 18. They were 18. I was 25 when I started teaching.
Gotcha. Okay.
So for me, it's like I'm 40 now. I'm the first group of kids I ever taught, and some of them are probably watching it. Or now I'm 33. This is like 2005, 2006 when I started teaching. It's like, man, I'm only 7 years different from these kids in age, and I could possibly be one of their daddies. This is why I panicked at 40, because I'm like, well, damn, I'm not that much older than the kids that I taught, and yeah, that's my personal moment.
You said that you was a daddy or something. I'm like,
I definitely wasn't a dad. Not in Baltimore. Not in Baltimore.
Don't come back to Texas.
I'm not playing with you. So listen, the 20-year-old you versus the 40-year-old you. What's one thing that's changed and one thing that has remained the same? So you talked about your daughter turning 21, Shalisa. So think back to when you were 21-ish, and think about you now, what's one thing that's the same and one thing that's changed?
I definitely my patience. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can see the difference because I have a 21-year-old and I have an 8-year-old. She would be 9 next month. So yeah, I'm a whole different mom than I was, a whole different person, than I was. So it's like one kid I grew up with, the other one kid I'm raising. So it's like a real big difference. But my 20-year-old self I wasn't as patient. I didn't think much through. Like I wasn't not like a hothead or anything like that, but I would cut people off a lot quicker. Whereas 40-year-old me is a little more, I allow people more grace. But I do have to kind of pull that 20-year-old back in certain situations where I'm like, no, not to pop off and nothing like that. That's just all the way through, period. But no, but just to, as far as I said, basically I've become more compromising more than I should have. And so so I had to grab that 20-year-old me back, so I won't be so compromising with people. I allow people grace, but if it's to the point where it hurts me or is, my voice is not heard, then yeah, I gotta let that go.
Right. No, it's one of those things where I gotta still moderate how I operate. Yeah, I know what circles to go into or what to engage in versus when I was 20, I was just out. In my 20s, I was more, social. Now I'm more reserved. Is that kind of? Could you still pop off though? I know you. Go ahead, Jay.
Okay. For me, being 40 versus the 20-year-old me, I'm definitely more patient. I'm more aware. And I think about things before I do it now. Like before, I would just do it and say, fuck it. This is what I want to do. It's my way. I'm a Leo. This is what I wanted to do and deal with it. Now, I think about my actions, what that could mean. Before I would say, I don't care if he has a boyfriend. I'm going to fuck him anyway. Now, I think about, to me, what about this relationship in this house that they built? I don't want to be messy Kenya anymore. Also, now I'm much better at responsibility, at paying bills. Like, when I was 20 in my 20s, I would ignore phone calls. Like, oh my God, this is bill collector. That's collections. Now, if it's a bill, a debt collector call me, I'm going to answer. I need to know where's this debt from? How can I pay it? How can I settle? Like, I'm definitely become more responsible in this year now, being 40. And I'm happy about it. I feel confident in it. Also, I'm more vocal in what I want, whether it be in dating, at work. I'm more confident in, letting someone know how I feel.
No, it's funny you say that because when you're 20, we do run from responsibility. We do run from Capital One and them. Like we pay those phone calls. Like I ain't answering that. Oh, let me block the number really quick.
I'll worry about it later.
But how?
Yeah, like I'll worry about it later. Oh, I'll worry about it later. Then when they end up on your credit report and you're trying to get your car and they tell you, you need a cosigner, you gag.
Right. The real gag is like, oh, I didn't own my foolishness credit wise when I was younger. I see you, Jabril, definitely more selective than in your 20s. I see you. It's one of those things where these are the harsh conversations that we have to have with ourselves now at 40, and they're not really harsh. They're just more so realistic and more relatable versus when we're 20. I can worry about it later. I'll do this then. We're in a space where we can't wait to take care of certain things because we don't. We're of a certain age now where we have to handle our business. It is what it is. It's one of those things where the light goes on. And it takes me to my next question of, have you had that aha moment yet where you realized turning 40 wasn't that bad? Like now I'm on the other side. Have you had one of those moments where you're like, you know what? I was tripping. This isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'm actually loving the person that I am now versus the person I was even as even as far back as a year ago?
I don't think I've hit that aha moment. Like I kind of eased into it.
Mm-hmm.
So I think so much had happened. Like my 30s were like kind of just like a little bit of a roller coaster. Like a whole bunch of stuff happened. So when I turned 40, I was like, whew, I can relax. I ain't got to deal with this. I ain't got to deal with that, you know. So I really hadn't had that, like, aging just was never an issue for me. Because, like, everybody, like I take out from my mama's side, and everybody looks young, lives long. Like, everybody can, you know, have, you know, I know some people that drink, and they'll probably die in their 40s or 50s. And my granddaddy drank moonshine. He lived to be 96, so we're good.
Moonshine, pot liquor, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I see you, Tasha. We learn from our mistakes. You're definitely right, Tasha. I see you. Robin says, I'm more confident in myself at 40. I like that. I'm more confident in myself. Julius, have you had a moment yet, or where you realize it wasn't so bad, or any experiences where you're like, you know, I was tripping?
I wouldn't necessarily say that I've had an aha moment yet, but similar to what you said about the pandemic kind of giving you time to like sit still and like think, because I was always on a run, work, party, brunch, out of town trips and stuff like that. And then the pandemic, the quarantine really had me to just sit down and just think and get comfortable and learn more about myself. I was dating someone actually that kind of got me to learn a whole lot about myself, about how annoying that I am, that I didn't know I was annoying, how passive aggressive I could be at times. So this year, during the quarantine, I learned a lot about myself, and moving forward, working on being the better me.
No, that's good. I will say that, hold on one second, guys. I will say that it's crazy because for me, the quarantine came at a good time. Hold on one second. I'm trying to see what's happening.
For those of y'all that can't comment or telling me that y'all can't comment, if y'all have any comments, inbox them and we'll answer.
They should be able to comment. I'm sorry. Let me see if I can fix this real quick. I do apologize because it's normally public where they can comment. Are they trying and they just can't get through? Yeah,
they just said they can't comment. It's
okay.
People that can't comment. They just said that like the comments aren't open for some reason.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Did you change? Yeah, you used to change it to public. Yes, it's public. So I don't know.
Yeah, hold on, guys. Hold on, y'all. I'm working through it. Hold on, give me 1 second. Yeah, it's public. Anyone can comment.
Okay. All right, y'all. Please try again.
Okay. Are they commenting on yours or are they watching mine? Like,
I don't know. Well, y'all make sure y'all turn. I'm sorry. Go to dialogues with Doc or Calvin Green and try to comment.
Yeah, because you shared my stream, so if they click on it, they should be able to comment.
Okay, so go directly to the stream. Okay.
Yeah. Robin said they may need to go. They may need to exit Facebook. They go back in Facebook. I'm sorry, guys. Where am I at? So it's crazy how
same friends. So
yeah. So look, we turned 40 in the midst of a global pandemic, and I want to just reflect on just our age bracket. Let's talk about it. So something happens with us every 20 years. So 2000 was Y2K. And now it's 2020 and we're in the midst of a global pandemic. So I don't even want to imagine what's going to happen in 2060. I'm not even trying to think that far. But in this space of quarantine, this space of pandemic, this space of redefining who we are and learning more about ourselves, what are some things you learned about yourself in the midst of turning 40, in the midst of this thing? I know for me, I realized that I learned that I have some noisy ass neighbors. I didn't know that because I was never at home. So now it's like, what are y'all dragging up there? Or what are y'all doing? Or why are your kids so loud? I'm never home. Now I've been home for like the last 9 months, and I realized and learned about myself that I need to move. These are things that I've learned about myself. I've also learned that for me, I was more social because of certain people, and because friendships have expired, I'm content being at home. I'm content being that only child that doesn't mind dating himself. I don't mind going to the movies by myself. I don't mind going out to eat by myself. I don't mind going. I don't mind going to do that by myself. I don't want to argue with nobody about what I want to eat, what I want to do, that kind of stuff. That's just me. So these are just some things that I've learned or just reaffirmed in myself that I've learned about myself. It's time I see you. A song says I turned into my mother at 40. I'm dead.
Right.
My mother also. Funny thing. I sit back and listen to some of the things my mother said, some of the things that she does and says, and I'm like, then when I think about things I do, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, my mother. Ugh. So for me, turning 40, also I've learned a great deal about friendships and people that I think are true friends and that are rooting for you.
Yeah.
When you sit back and watch their actions and the way they move and things that they say about you to other people, or maybe even on social media, that's an aha moment that I'm 40 and I don't have time for this bullshit. Like either you want to be my friend or you do not. Either you want to progress with me and root for me and I root for you and we grow together and help each other, or we won't. Period.
It's one of those things where I saw something on Instagram earlier. Your biggest supporter is a stranger. And we don't realize these types of things till we get older. The people we say are our friends aren't even supporting us, or a lot of times it's not even the product or what we're doing that they don't believe in. It's us that they don't believe in. So they can't support what they don't believe in. They just personally don't believe in you. It's not what you're doing or how you're moving. It's just you. They have an issue with you. So this is definitely something that we're learning as we get older, that we don't have time for that BS. Like I'm good over here. I'm good, love, enjoy.
Right. And if I'm your friend and you're telling me something that you want to do, even if I don't think it's fitting for you, I'm still going to be encouraging. I'm still going to offer, positive vibes because this is something that you want to do because I want to be your friend and I want to see you win. And when you have friends that don't do that for you, or if they don't give you real talk about situations, you're like, well, why are you my friend if you're not trying to fucking help me, girl?
Okay.
Shalisa, what have you learned?
As far as friendships, like I have learned, like I've always kept like genuine people close to me because I don't do I don't give people too many chances when it comes to friendships. I don't even do that in relationships. So I don't give people too many chances in friendships because if I'm your friend, like I'm your friend. Like call me in the middle of the night, come get you. Like I'm that type of friend. Like I've gotten to the point where, if my friend is in an abusive relationship, I will literally, go over there, we packing up and he just gonna come home to empty house. Like I'm that type of friend. So if we're not that cool or whatever, there's friends and there's people that you associate with. Your friends and your circle is just gonna get smaller as you get older. And that's just what it is. That's just life, because they say God heard those conversations that you didn't. He already knew, and then because you'll find out later they was probably talking about you behind your back, or they just really wasn't rooting for you or whatever. So I don't need nobody passive. But I think one thing I've actually had to confront about myself, and just in my 40s, is that I can honestly be toxic, and I really had to admit that to myself, because I'm the type of toxic where just say I'm in a relationship, I fight for my relationships, my friendships. My with my relatives, my love life, I fight for my relationships. But sometimes when I'm fighting for those relationships, I don't even want them. And that's probably the worst, the most trash thing you can do.
I don't even want this no more.
Seriously, I don't even really want it. What am I doing? It's I have to realize that's probably the most toxic thing you can do to a person is fight for that friendship or that relationship, and you don't even really want it. Like I'm not even like you done messed up so bad, and I'm sitting up here trying to keep it for what? Like for us just to be stagnant, and
it's like something's clicking when the X becomes a Y. Why did I even put up with you? Why did I even deal with this BS?
But
why are you still here?
Like
why are you talking to me still?
Why the hell am I doing this? Like, why the hell am I doing this and still do it? I was like, I really had to confront myself about that. So
I see you, Robin. I notice I have a tendency to go against the grain of culture. I want to do things different. Isam, I see you as well. Come on, transparency. I love it. Like we having real conversation about this thing at 40. And I want to who is that? Jabril. Some friendships some keep friendships because of vested time.
That's the worst thing you can do. That's the worst thing you can do. Fuck that time. Like you ain't gonna get it back.
You ain't gonna get it back.
You're not gonna get it back. Like why waste some more of it?
Y'all just gave me a whole nother. I'm gonna throw. It's not a curveball, but since we in this vein, I'm gonna throw this question up there. Okay.
Okay.
How have you learned to handle expired friendships since you turned 40? This wasn't on the. I just came from this dialogue. I just came up with this question. How have you learned to handle expired friendships?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a T-shirt about it. If you can't fix it, fuck it. Like, what am I gonna do about it? I've had to learn, like, even like in my early 30s, I had to learn to like let stuff go because I was literally letting people cause me anxiety, holding on to stuff and not saying stuff because I want to still be your friend or I should be more understanding because of things that you've been through. Just because you've been through something don't mean that you got to spread that toxic shit over here. Right. You know, that does not allow you the right to hurt me or hurt people around you. So you just gotta let it go. Like I've learned to let that stuff go. You're gonna pray about it and just leave it alone because you keep holding on to that stuff. Like I like sleep. I like rest. I like peace. You know, like I there's nothing more, like especially during this before the pandemic, there was nothing more. It was by the time I got to work, fighting traffic and stuff, clocking in at 7:30. I'm thinking about all the stuff I got to do before I get in my bed to go to sleep. Like I don't want nothing stopping me from doing that. Like I like sleep. No, leave me alone.
So
how much did this T-shirt cost?
I'll probably sell it for $2. Like everybody need one.
hold on, Jay, before you go, because Isam made a very valid point. I've learned to compartmentalize people at 40. Some you party with, pray with, eat with. Some people you don't date, you go. I love it. Go ahead, Jay. It can't get no real and more raw than that. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Right. So for me, it's funny that you say in terms of sleep. I've never needed more sleep until like the last month or two. Like before, I would just go. I would go from my 9 to 5 to my part-time job from 6 to 11, then maybe go home and change and go to the city and go to an event and be at my desk bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 8:45. For some reason now, when I get off work at 4:30, I need to be in bed by 5 o'clock to like take a nap. I've never needed a nap before in my life. Now I need a nap every day. I'm like, the fuck? What's happening to me? Then I'm having pains in my leg.
Naps are heaven. Thanks for everything.
I've never had any issues until like shit is falling apart. But unlike you, I am a person. I give people a lot of chances, like a lot of chances, whether it be within a friendship, dating, or just someone that I'm fucking. Like I can reach out to you to text you, are you coming over? Am I coming to see you? And you can ignore me maybe 4 or 5 times. I might still text you. I'm a person of chances. And in terms of friendship, you can try me a few times and I'll get over it. I'll pay it or we'll move forward just because I don't hold on to things at all. Like if you do something I don't like, I might feel a type of way for 15 minutes, maybe a day or two, even an argument within a relationship. Like we'll argue, I'll curse you the fuck out and I'll be fine in an hour while you're still facing the opposite direction. I don't hold on to stuff that long. But, you know, when I'm friends with someone, we've been friends for maybe 5, 10, 15 years, I reflect back to the good times when, everything was smooth and you were there for me and I was there for you. So even though you might be doing something now that I don't like, it might feel like shade. Like you still have a place in my heart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to order your t-shirt in a large and I'm about to say, fuck you.
Be like, I'm gonna love you from over there. That's it.
Over there.
Yeah. Stay over there though. Don't come back. Don't come over.
Right.
No, listen, stay right over there. Over there with Ray Ray and Pookie, and then don't bring your ass over here. Right, I'm good. It's all good over here on this part of the island. Stay over there.
Ray Ray and Pookie still can be part of the island because we need them just in case something go left. I
see you, Devon. Let them stay expired. There's a reason you're not friends anymore. Robin, I see you. Expired friendships are like split ends. If you keep holding onto them, you will have nothing left. And so it's like split ends and edges. Come on. Isam, I see you. I've learned at 40 to honor my feelings, to use my voice. Block and delete have become my best friends. Bye. I love it. This is just when you turn 40, you're just in a different headspace. It's like, I don't have time for foolishness. Like Julius is saying, I'd rather be asleep than deal with you and your negative energy. Some people like to use sage and they need to just swallow it because they are the negative energy. They are the toxic energy.
Like this sage gonna be burning forever, and you still gonna have issues. Like you're the problem. But that's another thing too that I've learned just over the years. Period, is just accountability. I require accountability in every aspect of my life. I require accountability. If you can own up to what you did, I own up to what I did, we can move forward. Whether we gonna still be friends or not, at least I'll have some sort of respect for you. Mm-hmm. But there are some times that I have not been accountable. And I have to, you're not always gonna be the good guy in the story. Mm-hmm. So if you tell me that I did something to you or whatever, I have to acknowledge that I did that. Or I made you feel like that, even though I'm thinking like I'm right, like you being sensitive or whatever, because I might have triggered you or something like that. So I have to respect how you feel about that first, and then we can move forward. But if you don't respect, how I'm feeling in that moment, or acknowledge that I actually have feelings and I can actually feel this way, you know what I'm saying? If you're not gonna, because you're not gonna tell me how I feel, because babe, you tell me how I feel. Just gone over there because I got a whole loaded clip and you gonna get every one of them. Like, leave me alone.
So you talked about the accountability piece, Shalisa. So let's go along accountability. How is life for you at 40 overall? So on a scale of 1 to 10, give yourself a rating, and that should include dating, how you're doing professionally, how you're doing financially, and just personally overall. So if you had to break this down,
dating in the mix, I'm be like a 10. But since you put dating in the mix, it's like.
Well, I mean, I purposely. What I put. What I was trying to do was because I didn't know who was all going to be watching. So I'm gonna be honest. The question originally had dating professionally, financially, personally, and sexually, but I didn't want to. I want to try to keep it. Yeah.
Hey, look here. You already know because you're. I'm sorry. You're in the health field, and for years and years and years, this is my one thing that I will say. And it's back to I think a psalm where he said he honors his feelings. As women, we don't honor our feelings in relationships. So one thing I will say that changed. Well, that's remained the same from my 20s to my 40s. I always honored my feelings in my sexual health. Mm-hmm. If I have a partner that I'm with, just because my results are okay, don't mean that you don't have to go to the doctor too. We're going to both go get tested together. We're going to do this at the same time. Don't just, oh shit, I'm good because you good. But you was just over there about to piss yourself a while ago. Why? So I'm going to need you to go because obviously you've been doing something.
And I want to see
people don't even know how the virus works, in the body. Everybody don't know, like you can be, diseases can be dormant. You can still pass these things on to people. So you gotta be careful, be safe, get tested. And that's a lot of things. Like even, I don't care, even if I'm in a committed relationship, even if I get married, I'm still going to go get tested. You shouldn't have a problem with it. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of women don't honor their feelings about it. They're not forthcoming because they want to be in the relationship more than that's the part of myself that I can't give away. Mm-hmm. Like emotionally, I can say I've spent too much, I've given away too much, but that part I cannot give away because that's my life. You know what I'm saying? I want to be at 20. Yeah, I want to be here at 40. I want to be here at 50. I want to be here at 60. You know, so I'm not going to allow you to take that. That's one thing I can't allow you to take from me.
So before Jay goes, I'm gonna throw a wrench in there. So you meet this bomb ass dude, and everything is right. He checks all the boxes. You guys haven't done anything sexual yet, and then he reveals his status to you that he is positive. Could you date someone that's positive? Like he knows, and he's telling you on the front end that I really have a strong affinity towards you. I think I'm falling in love with you. However, I want to reveal my status to you. At 40, like I know at 30, you probably like, hell the fuck no, I'm not. But as you grow and older and you get 40, this man knows who he is. He knows his status. Could you date someone like that?
Is that for Charlize or me?
Oh, I was throwing it. I was throwing it to Shalisa, but I'm gonna come to you too. But based off what she was saying, it made me think outside the box. Now we're 40. At least he knows. You got people running around that don't know and don't care to know and don't want to know. Right. But this man knows. He's being upfront and honest with you, Shalisa. Could you date someone that's positive?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie and like I really would. I know there's different, medications, with the PrEP and stuff, but I'm still not sure. Again, I'm not going to give that part away. Mm-hmm. So this is 20 years strong. You know what I'm saying? Like mm-hmm. I've been doing this for 20 years. I don't think I would be able to do that. I think it would mess my nerves up. And again, I like the peace and I like the knowing, what my status is, knowing what my partner's status is. I appreciate you for telling me and being forthcoming because a lot of people don't understand because I've always been told like by some of my female friends, you're doing too much. You can't be asking him all that because you're going to scare him away. If that scares him away, then I don't want him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to, but you need to just get yourself checked. You ain't got to be asking him and this is that. No, sis, we're not going to do that. That's not what I do.
And Shalisa, the reason why I asked that question was because we're talking about overall dating and we're now 40. The research shows that a lot of women are now testing positive for the virus, and a lot of them are getting it from men, men that are in the life or men that are straight, they got it from other women. So I just feel like sometimes when we have these difficult conversations and people box themselves in, because you may actually meet that man who is an upstanding gentleman. Mm-hmm. He is straight. He may have got it from his wife or somebody. And I don't, as you get 40, your conversation, your thoughts mature. So that may happen along the line.
That's definitely understandable. And then to each his home. But Shalisa, no. Because I would feel like mentally, I would feel like, again, I've given a lot emotionally and I've had to come back and fix that. I would really feel like I would be giving that part away again. And that's one thing, your deal breakers that I can't compromise on that. And because I already know in the back of my head because like I said, it would be toxic of me to do that because again, I got to honor this person's feelings too. Right. I'm sitting there looking at you sideways, what if something happened? And I'm holding this in internally, but I'm letting you think everything is okay. So those are one of the things like I know I wouldn't be able to deal with.
Yeah. No, I get it. So no, trust me, I get it. It's one of those things where I'm I'm a realist. I'm just being honest. And it just happens.
I know people that have done that, but the reason why
it ain't me.
The reason why I started, one of my favorite cousins, she died probably a little bit after I graduated from complications with AIDS. So that's what made me do it. And she was very forthcoming with people and she would let them know. Some people want to still mess with her. Some people didn't, but this was back in 90, 98, 99, 99, 2000. So, even then it wasn't a lot of advances that there are now. So even then, people were still, some people still wanted to mess with her. Some people didn't. It is, It is what it is.
So personally, professionally, financially, how's life for you? Like, is it? I'm coming to you, Jay. Hold on, I'm finished. I'm coming. I'm coming down your street in just a second.
like professionally and financially, I've learned to be careful with investments.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was, oh my God, like, because I was like, I'm not consulting with nobody to do stocks and stuff like that. I can do this myself. That was the stupidest thing I could have done in my life. Like, so, woo. I'm still crying about that shit. There's so much money gone. But I just to be more careful about investments, because it's damn near like honestly, like I might as well just the way that I was with the investments before, I might as well just went on the casino and just shoot craps. I don't even know how to shoot craps. Just take a chance. That's how careless I was.
You should have came to my fifth block in high school. We shot dice all the time. Let me shut up.
You know what? See, I could have used it back then, because that's as bad as I was. So everything, like, it's getting, like I said, it's getting way better. Professionally, I want to quit my job every day. I can't wait till the stuff that I'm working on comes to fruition, because I'm about sick of it. I love the healthcare field. I've been in it for a long time, but I think it's kind of like a relationship. It's starting to it's taking
so when you combine all these areas, dating, professionally, financially, and personally and sexually, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you say Shalisa is?
I'll say I'm at a 9. Okay. I'm at a 9. I'm not the go with the flow person, but I'm not I have to plan every part of my life either. So I think when I started going into that little happy medium, because I never believed in gray areas, you're either one way or you're the other. But for my life, I had to embrace that there is gray areas and there's that happy medium that I have to balance in between. And so, yeah, I'd say pretty much a 9. Like I'm good with everything. Like because content is not even a word that I can use anymore, because that feels like I'm complacent, or it's okay. No, I'm really good. Like
I got you. Okay, I'm going down the street. I'm coming down the BX.
J Road.
I'm coming down the BX Expressway.
New Jersey Turnpike.
New Jersey Turnpike. I'm sorry. I'm going the wrong direction. Coming down the New Jersey Turnpike. So, Jay, how is life for you overall? Like you can break it down however you want to break it down, but I'm gonna ask you for a number at the end.
I am on a journey still, even at 40. Professionally, still on a journey. I just made 1 year at my job actually today. I said before, I work in HIV prevention. So speaking of kind of off of what Shalisa was referencing, I work with people who are been positive for 15, 20, 25, 30 years, who have been married, who have partners that they've been with for 10 plus years, and their partner has not become positive because that person is virally suppressed and takes their medication and follows up on their health. So, I would feel like, obviously I can't speak for you. Like when he asked if this person checks off on all of the boxes, except that they have HIV, and that would be a deal breaker for you. That's pretty interesting, but that is your feeling. For me, in my younger years, if someone told me they have HIV, it's just kind of like, oh my God, I don't want to die. I had an uncle that died of AIDS many years ago when I was younger, but knowing what I know now, working in the field and knowing what it means to be virally suppressed, to be undetectable, to just take care of yourself and be patient active. Like people with HIV live happy, long lives with loving partners and continue to thrive. For me, if I had to give myself a number across the board, I'm going to give myself somewhere between a 6 and a 7, because there's room for growth for me financially, professionally, sexually, personally. I'm going to give myself a 6.5.
I love it. I love how we have different spectrums, and I love this, and I love tonight's show, because it's like I'm bringing people from different walks of life to talk about just a host of different topics, because we all tackle 40 differently. I had no idea in February when I turned 40 that the world was shut down thereafter. So it made sense of why I partied like I was a freaking rock star and got 4 passport stamps in 5 days because I had no idea what was coming down the pipeline. I know I was going to be in the house for what, 9 months now. It all hits us differently, but it's crazy because we'll never forget this. We'll never forget turning 40 in the midst of a pandemic, in the midst of we don't know. We still waiting to see who's gonna be the president.
Right. You guys,
we'll know by Friday, I guess.
You guys were lucky that you got to turn 40 before the pandemic hit, so you were actually able to follow out your plans.
Yeah.
Like my birthday was in July. Mm-hmm. Like really still in the middle of the pandemic. So I was only
in the summertime too. Goodness.
Like 16 of my friends together to like celebrate my 40th birthday, where for years I had this big, amazing party planned. And then now I just had like a small little party of 16 at 4 different tables at this rooftop because we needed to be outside and have a mask on every time we got up. Like it wasn't that fun at all, but I was still blessed to have my friends around me. I was able to go out, and I'm blessed to still be here at 40.
Shalisa, how did you celebrate?
Oh, we did a pole party.
You saw I'm saying you still dragging.
I actually got to go to 2 because I went to one, and then one of my friends, she had one. Her birthday was in February, so I got to practice twice.
Oh, that's what's up. Look, how important at 40 is self-care now for you than it was 10 years ago? I ain't gonna lie. For me, it's very important. I'm like, Julius, I want my sleep. I want my space. I want to be able to just take care of myself. And at 30, I was so on the go. I was so not all over the place, but I was so busy. And so turning 40 in a pandemic was a blessing for me. It made me sit my butt down and slow down, and it made me focus on different things. Honestly, this show tonight came out of me sitting down and just thinking about some different things. I said, I want to provide a space for people to talk. And I want it to be where it's me and my friends having conversations and we invite other people in to talk to us. That's how Dialogues with Doc came about. I was at home sitting and I'm like, I want to do something. Everybody's doing a podcast. Everybody's doing this. Everybody's doing that. I want to talk to people. I want to do a platform where we talk about real life topics each and every week. And we come from a different angle than what people would expect. And that's how this came about. So for me, that's part of my self-care, bettering myself. I'm definitely a fan of massage envy now more than I was 10 years ago. I'm definitely a fan of being more spontaneous than I was 10 years ago. I feel like for me, working on all these degrees made me put stuff on hold. So I would plan to go to an Essence Fest or somewhere like that. And because an exam or something came up, I paused. Now I'm spontaneous. What we doing? Where we going? What time? We going to Miami this weekend? Well, we ain't going to. We ain't supporting Florida no more. We going to Puerto Rico this weekend. Let's make it happen. So that spontaneity has sparked a lot within me since I've turned 40. Because I'm now that person where my self-care is my sanctuary. My self-care is my space. My self-care is all I have. You guys, how important is self-care for you now at 40? Julius said he got to get his sleep in. It is what it is, and it's going to be what it's going to be.
Number one thing on the list.
Well, I haven't really grasped self-care yet. Like, believe it or not, even during the pandemic, people will chime in that I was still always on the go. Like, there was a span that I was in the house from like April to like mid-May. But then I was like, okay, what the fuck are we gonna do, bitches? Let's do something. Let's do something. My friends would do picnics at Central Park. We would meet up and just kind of like chill and party together and play games and just do like small stuff. But then once things kind of like opened up throughout the summer, because the summer is my favorite season, I'm like, it's summer. I'm turning 40. It's my birthday. For me, it's my birthday from June to September. So I was just want to go brunch, party, Miami, Philly, like whatever's going on, I wanted to be a part of that. But like right now, I'm working on a book. I've been working on a book for about 9 years. And like finally now I hired an editor who's giving me like real deadlines and money's behind it. So now I have to really like sit my ass down and get this book done. And I'm trying to get into taking at least one day out of the week to like stay home and do nothing. That's very hard for me because I'm a social person. I'm a people person. I like to be out and about. But right now, winter's coming. It's getting cold. I don't like the cold. So I need to find me a little boo to snuggle with.
Hey, hashtag boo. I love it. I love it. I love it. Where am I at? Y'all done threw me off my points over here. Okay. Celise, did you go, Celise? I'm sorry.
Oh no, the self-care is like number one on the. Yeah, I had to start a while ago, allowing myself time, because
y'all women are something else. Y'all come up with new stuff all the time. So I'm gonna change this question for you.
I'm simple. Like I have to have like my tea in the morning. My whole thing is like learning to tell people no. You know what I'm saying? Because I've learned to say no, before, but people be like, well, can't you do that? Well, why not? First of all, I just told you no. So you want to know why? Oh, because I don't feel like it.
You're so mean.
I'm horrible.
I'm not mean. Like and it's okay. Like people need to learn that it's okay to say I don't feel like it. Because I don't. I want to be present to do this or that for you, or I can do it at another time or something like that. I don't feel like it right now. That should be okay for me to say that to somebody. Like,
no, I get it. No, I should be okay to say how I feel. So I'm gonna say how I feel. I'm sure people are gonna share this video over and over. It's on YouTube. You guys are sharing it on Facebook. Tell us how you feel. What's some advice you can give to that 30-something person watching as they prepare to cross over? So somebody is knocking at 40. They're watching this video right now, either on Facebook Live or they're watching it on YouTube. What's some advice you can give them as they prepare to cross over? It's crazy how when we were growing up, there was a show called 30-something. And now we've crossed over from 30-something to now we're 40. So what's some advice you can give them? Like,
I would definitely say to not stress yourself out that you're 36, 38, 39, approaching this milestone birthday of 40 and not where you dreamed you would be when you were 18. It's never too late to lay that track work on your goals and what you want, whether it's going back to school to get that degree, whether it's starting a business, having a family. Like, it's never too late. Some things take time. Some things like you'll have to progress in it. And when it's your time, God will let you know it's your time.
Isam said the power of no. The power of no. It's okay. You are first, not in a selfish way, but in a self-care way. I love it. I see you, Isaac. Listen, you're right about it. This is good advice, Jay. Shalisa, what would you tell that 30-something person watching?
Just make sure you're not occupied with the fairy tale. Because, growing up, like our parents will feed us you go to school, you get married, you have kids. Like, there's just an order of things of how they're supposed to go. That might not happen. It might not happen the way you want it to, and don't hold on to anything negative, whether it be friendships, relationships. Let it go.
Protect your peace.
Yeah, protect your peace. Start, and don't make a plan to do it. Start that day. Like, stop making plans to, I'm gonna start doing this with people. Because I can't stand when people get mad. I'm gonna start doing people like they do me. I'm gonna start doing this. I'm gonna start doing that. Well, do it now. It'll save you a whole lot of trouble. Do it right now. And that's why I learned, like, I don't do the New Year's resolutions. I stopped that a long time ago. Like, if you want to fix something, start with it right then. And I've gone to the point of, like, I have to write stuff down. Like, this is how I'm gonna handle this from now on.
First year that I made a vision board, actually.
Exactly. Well, like, whatever works for you, but just make sure if you're gonna plan something, plan how you're gonna handle whatever situation it is. Plan how you're going to handle things financially, but do it right then. Don't put stuff out. Don't put important stuff out. All the anything that's blocking you that's negative, just block it out. Get rid of it. That's it.
Block it out. Block it out.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
look,
that's not people tell you that, especially as women. Oh, you ain't got no kids? Why you ain't got no kids? Why you ain't married? Why you still ugly? Why you ain't gone to the dentist? Like, leave me alone.
Why are you hourly?
Are you talking to me? You talking to her? Because your eyes still cocked. Leave me alone. No.
I was trying to be nice, but I still got to ask, why are you hourly?
Oh my God, I haven't heard this one before.
Why are you hourly? And I'm over here salary minding my business. So look, I'm gonna close this thing out with one last question. I really appreciate y'all. So look, you're 40. Now what? What are you currently working on and what's coming down the pipeline? So now I'm 40. I've turned 40 in a pandemic. There's a lot going on, but you all have said some good things tonight about I'm still working on this. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on myself. What are you currently working? Well, let me rephrase this. How can people keep up with you? What are you currently working on and what's coming down the pipeline?
You go first with me. I am currently trying to lose some more weight.
Come on, Operation Snatch.
Man, I've lost a lot. I lost a lot, in the pandemic but it was up and down. I ain't gonna lie, because I was sitting here eating like I ain't got no sense.
Me too.
The little one, she thinks I can eat like she eat, and this, we can't do that. She built like this, and I'm built like this, so no, we're not gonna do that. So definitely trying to work on the weight loss and stuff like that, because I was determined not to come out of this pandemic looking like the marshmallow man from Ghostbusters. We're not gonna do that. And then just more shows, doing more shows, dropping more shows. Just the Shalise Experience. You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, and Instagram.
And the Shalise Experience, tell them a little bit about what the Shalise Experience is.
My show is just it's not just all music, it's not all one subject. We talk about anything from sex to being a mother to human trafficking, domestic violence, like everything,
Mm-hmm.
But anything that has to do with, I'm not gonna lie, I definitely stay away from. We tackled racial issues, protecting Black women, things like that, but politics, that's probably not something that you find on my show.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we our shows have their niches, so we have to tap into what our niches are to make sure we keep the people engaged. And I totally get it on this end. Like, it's just some stuff I'm not touching on this show, but I'm gonna touch it creatively. That's who I am. Jay, what are you currently working on? What's coming down the pipeline? Oh, I'm sorry, Shalise. How can I keep up with you?
Oh, the Shalise Experience on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Anchor.fm, and Spotify.
Gotcha. The Shalise Experience. Let's go. Okay, go ahead, Jay.
Okay, for me, I am mostly working on me. I'm working on being a better man, working on being better at communicating, being more receptive to emotion, allowing myself to be more emotional, and allowing myself to accept love and give love. I'm currently signed to Lauren Grace Media Group. It's a show of an ensemble cast of 5 Black gay men tackling friendship, love, and dating. And that's currently being shot. I'm working on my book, like I said, that's been in the process for 9 years, about the brief time that I was incarcerated for check and credit card theft. It's going to be a page turner, and it's going to be published January 2021. And just working on being a better me. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Julius McFly. On Twitter, it might be a freak Twitter, Julius McFly Life.
I'm gonna leave my eyes closed.
So listen, tonight, I'm so thankful to have each of you on this show on tonight. Tonight, we talked about a lot from a bunch of different angles. So I just thank you both for your knowledge, for your content, for the energy that you brought. I'm just so appreciative of the connections that I have with both of you. Shalisa, you already know how I feel about you. You and I put this 20-year reunion together with a team of people that we just made it work. We wanted to do something for our class reunion. So you asked me to work with you, and we've been rocking ever since. So I really appreciate you. Julius,
we doing it again.
We doing it again. We gonna switch roles this time. It's gonna be Biden and Kamala Harris. I'm gonna take the lead this time, and you go.
Hey, I got you. I got you.
And Julius, you just know how. You're just good people. It is what it is, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Our love for Tweet and our love for Vu Clicquot and their Polo Classic is unmatched. We just click like that. You're an amazing individual, an amazing brother, and I'm so thankful to be connected to you. And I thank you both for joining me on tonight.
Thank you so much
for this episode of Dialogues with Doc. I'm definitely gonna buy that book, so I can't wait to read it.
Oh, yeah.
And Shalisa, I'm definitely gonna buy that shirt. So you need to go ahead and get with the person to make it, so we can support.
Definitely.
I want one too in pink.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been this week's edition of Dialogues with Doc. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'll be back again next Wednesday at 8 p.m. And the topic for next week will be planning for the what if. So you don't want to miss next week's topic as well. Planning for the what if is going to be amazing. I have two dynamic people joining me, and it's not the what if that you're expecting. So I will see you guys on next Wednesday on Dialogues with Doc at 8 p.m. And I'm out. Thank you, WAP, Wisconsin, Arizona, and Pennsylvania.